Hey guys, so I did the hour-long video of this. I'm just going to quickly. This has been like a week since I recorded that. I tried to re-watch my old video, figure out the measurements, but we're just going to do a quick just check of measurements to kind of figure out everything for you in a really quick manner. So, I did the hour-long how to kit bash a tank out of cardboard and stuff like that. This is going to be the short version. So, you're going to want this just under 2 inches. It looks to be, you could actually probably cut it right at 2 inches at height. This bottom part here is going to be about 3 inches long. And what? 3 inches and 1/8? 2, 3, 4, yeah, 1/8. 3 inches and 1/8 for this corner to this corner. That'll be about an inch high. That'll be about 2 inches. So you're looking at 3 inches and 1/8. Yeah, 3 inches and 1/8, 1 inch high, 2 inches up that way. That right there will be another 2 inches from here to here. Now this angle. Now the issue is I can't tell you the angles. That part's a bit much. I have no idea what the angles are, and I don't have a protractor or whatever it was that measures it. Just over an inch. This angle here looks to be about an inch and 1/8 going down. This, meanwhile, will be about 2 inches high, 2 inches across, okay? So, just cover 3 inches and 1/8, 1 inch, 2 inches, 2 inches, like 1 inch and 1/8, and then 2 inches, something like that. And give or take about, oh, sorry. Stupid thing that's supposed to hold my camera up isn't holding it straight. Anyway, this is about ½ an inch. You could do armor just slightly above ½ an inch. Hey, cat, could you not do that, please? Silly cat. Body of the tank now will be... Cat, can you shoo, please? I don't want... yeah. Good kitty. Body of the tank, about 2 inches across. Now, come on, cat, really? Yeah, I'm going to move her out of the way. Okay, the best I could do was get the cat to lay down over there. Hopefully she'll stay. Stay. Don't mess around. So again, 2 inches this way. This will be about an inch high. It'll be raised about ½ an inch from the ground, just over ½ an inch it looks. I actually didn't measure that when I made the tanks. This might be slightly taller than the other ones. Doesn't really matter though. That'll be about an inch high. So essentially the part you'll put an inch, and the part that bends in, that'll be an inch high from the thing. It'll be about what'll that be? 3/4 an inch inward. Then you bend it up again for about ½ an inch, I'd say. That little spot's about ½ an inch. Here to here is about 2 inches as well. Oh, sorry. Here to here is 2 inches. And then you can bend it forward by an inch, and then you just build. Honestly, the bottom you can just build a giant piece of cardboard and just force fold it. For stability, use skewers that you've clipped and hot glue them at every point that it bends. That'll give it a good bit of strength. We'll pop this off. I can't really show you the inside, but there is skewers all over on the inside. In here you can use caps. These are specifically the super glue caps and hot glue, obviously. These are super glue caps that I got from the bulk containers I have. I don't know if, like, I'm sure pop bottle caps probably are the right size. And this, I used spare treads, but you can actually use, if you're patient enough, you can use skewers or toothpicks and use that. I used a spare, I actually messed that up. I'm going to have to rebuild that. This one's straight, this one's not. I guess it doesn't really matter. Anyway, I use spare sponsons, but if you do not have the spare sponson, for instance, you can't buy the actual tank. Let me grab my other one. And that could be any reason, like, you know, just accessibility stuff. You can use this, I don't know what they're called. It's just an L thing with a hole on both sides for anchoring into, like, walls and stuff. And just use a bit of cardboard to plug the gap. You could use a straw. I specifically, when I originally made one of these, I used a Kool-Aid straw because it's a hard plastic straw, and it's stronger than most plastic straws and it's smaller. But yeah, For the cannon, this is the Vanquisher cannon, but realistically you could use just a straight up cardboard straw, or a plastic straw if you could, if you want to. I'd recommend not, but yeah. Honestly, this tank is pretty much as low actual bits as possible. All the bits I just added to bring some interest. You don't need most of this. You could use Lego pieces, for instance, but yeah, like for instance here you can see I used the wheel and then I used the skewers. It works enough because you aren't gonna really see much. You don't need to see much, and that's this armor plating is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. It's hiding most of that track, and just thicker cardboard, a bit of card stock. But yeah, so back to the measurements. I already showed you the measurements of that card stock. Like I said, it's just under an inch, maybe a 3/4 an inch. I already told you actually I told you everything pretty much. It's just the cannon now. So, you know what? I'm actually going to throw in a measurement that I didn't before. Well, first I'll show you this. So you're looking at roughly an inch tall. You've got just over 2 inches. I'd say 2 and 3/8 an inch, I believe. Something like that. 2 and 3/8 an inch from here to here. From side to side is roughly 1.5 inches. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's it for overall dimensions. Now cannons, this is the one. I didn't measure cannons originally, but you know what? I'll do that just for this short video. So this, I'm not going to get the names right, so you're going to have to look those up themselves. This is that one siege cannon or whatever. About an inch long from the tank itself. Just slightly over an inch and like 1/10, something like that. Vanquisher cannon. You know what? No, that's a battle tank cannon. That's the Vanquisher over there. Battle tank cannon is give or take, looks to be an inch and 3/4, something like that. Vanquisher cannon. Now keep in mind, sorry, actually real quick. The Vanquisher, these ones I do know, battle cannon, Vanquisher. The Vanquisher and the battle cannon both are the exact same piece. You just swap out this part here. So I believe this is just like this. This like inch or so is the only part that's actually the demolisher. I think this goes just on there, but as is. So this part here is like an inch, and then the battle cannon itself is an inch, maybe just over an inch and 1/4 if you're including this band. I can't remember if you are. Vanquisher cannon itself is about 1.5 inches. You can see that. Give me 1 sec. I'll quickly go grab the other tank cannons. Alrighty, sorry, I got the other two off camera. Real quick. So there are more. Specifically, there's the Gatling gun that goes with, I think it's the Punisher. Honestly, I'm not going to show you the measurements on that one because 1, I can't find it. 2, it sucks in game anyway. So it looks cool, but it does suck bad. This is the las cannon that they're trying to say is an auto gun now. It's just 1.5 inches straight. Plasma cannon itself, about 1.5 inches as well, just under. You could probably cut it down by like one little thing, but yeah. As a whole, everything's roughly around an inch. Like, they seem to have luckily made it very, very easy to replicate with cardboard and stuff like that. I will say, so this plasma cannon side's give or take 3/4 an inch long. Heavy bolter is about 3/4 an inch. Honestly, I would say, yeah, most of these side sponson guns are going to be 3/4 an inch. But you know what would be interesting? Let me grab it. Las cannon. See this las cannon. I'm not sure if I showed this guy off yet. I'll have to take a look. Las cannons are about an inch. They're the full inch, yeah. So if you want to do las cannons, they're a full inch. Man, I wish I had that as the las cannon. Oh well. I honestly don't know if I showed him off. If I didn't, this is my new tank commander. I gave him a sniper, a tiger skin, las cannons. Even though you can't actually run them as las cannons, I run them as plasma cannons or meltas. Doesn't really matter, but yeah. And this I do run as a las cannon. But yeah, and that's a Vanquisher cannon. The whole point being he's like a big game hunter. Anyway, just thought I'd show him off. But yeah, that's the measurements that you're looking for. This is gonna be the shorter video of that hour long, so you don't have to watch an hour long video to get all of your measurements. Now, if you wanted to watch that video, There actually are parts where I have every bit of one of these. Specifically, I believe it's this one. No, it's the other one. Doesn't matter. I have every part of it in the video with the writing of each measurement on there, so you can check them. And it's a lot more accurate than this. This is just a quick measurement for people. But yeah, so if you want to recreate it, that's roughly the measurements you're going to need on your cardboard. I'm not officially endorsing, recasting. I'm not officially endorsing anything to steal from the company. I'm just saying if you didn't want to spend the money, cardboard is cheap and the measurements are online. And even then, I'm just giving you options in video form. There are people online who have made paper versions that you can easily find. If you just look up something like leman russ, probably, I guess it'd just be like, look up leman russ measurements cut out kind of thing, and it should come up. But yeah, just so you know, that's the measurements for the video in 1/10, give or take, of the time. Hope you enjoy. Please subscribe and like, and yeah, hopefully we'll get around to getting to a Bane blade soon.